I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the streets with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need?
A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. I'm gonna make that change. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize
there are some with no home, without a nickel to loan. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A willow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out tree. They follow the pattern of the wind, you see, 'cause they got nowhere to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Whoa, yeah. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Whoa. And I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, if you wanna make the world a better place, if you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and just make that change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh yeah.
I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Try to get it right while you got the time, 'cause when you close your heart, you close your mind. Na 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 na. Make that change. Oh yeah. Make that change.
Taking those deep breaths, setting back, tuning into yourself. Let the information take you to where you want to be. Making conscious of your moves. Thank you for dancing and breathing with me today. Greetings in love and kindness, family. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis Folks, the one and only Conscious Self Healthcare educator and host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show. Every Wednesday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Community, this is your time to share your wellness stories and how you move from disease care to conscious self-health care. I want to hear your story. We want to hear from you. Join the conversation each Wednesday. Call in and share how you shift out of chronic disease care stress. Right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. This is Dr. K, and I am looking forward to our conversation. So call in and share. Health is consciousness and healing is a function of consciousness. Come on, family. It's time to rock the world with the new frontier of conscious self-health care, while I share my wellness story with you right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. That's right, family. We gotta rock the world, making those conscious self-health care moves. Mental observation is essential for self-success. Taking those deep breaths, moving that body, taking the time to tune into yourself during this hour. Greetings and love and kindness. Thank you for joining me on the friendship train. Thank you for taking your seat, tuning into yourself as we apply deep, 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 deep breathing techniques. Now, you know you can stay in your seat and just deep breathe and relax, see what the information brings you to encourage you to become more of your own wellness doctor. Or you can just go to the part of the train where you can be lymphosizing, supporting that lymphatic system with doing its job of purifying the body. Or you can sit and look at the scenery in your mind. What are you bringing forth in your conscious state so you can see how it can help you shift if you're not in a state of calm, peace, and wellness because you know who you are. This is a time that every individual must understand and know who they are in terms of how they care for this human body structure. Take your deep breaths. Relax. I'm Karen Khadija Davis, folks, host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation radio show, sharing with you every Wellness Wednesday to take the time to tune into yourself and ask yourself the questions: how am I taking care of my human and energetic body? What am I doing for myself based on my knowledge, my self-worth, my understanding? It's all about self-love, self-care, self-respect, self-knowledge, all wrapped in self-insurance. Basically, whatever word you put self in front of, that says you have the primary responsibility. You can't blame your parents, you can't blame society, you can't blame anybody for misinformation, because it's how you decide to process that information at any given time, and that was your choice. Even if it was based on believing what someone else said, the evidence that was presented to you, you made the final decision. So you cannot put or blame it on anyone else. So set back, family, community, and friends. There's a lot going on in the world today. We are here to engage, definitely with the breath of life. Educate. Educate yourself. Bring that out that's within that you already know and you should be assured in. And apply it to what's being said in the world. So therefore you can empower yourself. It's similar or just like the formula. Oxygen plus cells, they call the pumps, plus electricity equals power. You're generating the electricity in your body all the time, vibrating frequencies of love and life. Oxygen plus pumps plus electricity equals power. That's just like empowerment. Engage, educate, empower yourself to be the best that you can be at this time right here. It's not the time to be so frustrated and so stressed out that you bring your own body vibrations down. You stagnate your own cell life and production, and cells talking to each other and the communication back and forth. It's a language that is based on the inner being of who you are, and that is to yourself. I'm not going to talk long today. I know I say this every week and then I just go on and on and on. But I want you to listen to some clips. I want you to listen to some music. And I really want you to tune into yourself and ask yourself, what are you giving power to that maybe you should not be giving that power to? Engage, educate, and empower. Remember I talked about a mind virus? That segment I wrote on a virus of the mind, and here we are, and all this being talked about in viruses and things that are part of the world of natural being. And since we are of the world, you know, our body structure is just like the universal body structure, be it water, be it in the air. It's all one, and we are all one. And we must really tune into ourselves to understand what is going on and how to engage our own body action and our own body function. You all know that 3 years or 3.5 years ago, I experienced a hemorrhagic stroke. With all that I know about the lymphatic system, been teaching for over 3 decades, all I know about the lymphatic system, all I know in the field of health, bioenergetics, all that I know about quantum physics, the physical body, cell life, anatomy, physiology, pathology, things can still occur in your life that brings you into some type of situation. Again, it's all about how you deal with it. It's all about how you take care of yourself. And like I said, when things do occur, it is based on what you have been doing and how your body will heal from it. Yeah, I know when I first had this stroke, believe me, everything shut down real quickly once I got into the hospital and they put all that medication in me. And when I came out of the hospital, I mean, I was dribbling. I wasn't walking. Couldn't have good movements in my arms. My body was full of inflammation with this excess fluid and excess sodium. You learn that when you learn about the lymphatic system. But thank God, thank the universal frequencies of light, thank my own states of consciousness, that I truly accept and acknowledge what I know about how to care about the human body based on just that one system, the lymphatic system, which is now, they're talking about it 100%, because it is the purification system of the body, including the immune system. They tied the two systems in together so that it can take over your immune system, stagnate your lymphatic system, allow your lymph nodes not to do their job, the lymph vessels not to do their job, and this flood just stagnates throughout the body all over. But again, as I talk to you straight up, no cut cards, you are in control of all of this, including your stress levels. And we are definitely under stress when people think that they are not, because they think they are handling situations. That's why the tests I offer you, the bioenergetic test and the physical test of what's going on with the autonomic nervous system, what is happening with that system. It can tell you your stress levels, what's going on with your arteries, all kinds of things. And basically, I'm offering you this opportunity to use these two systems for practically free. You can have the NET scan through the voice analysis done for free. You'll hear that through the commercials. I don't have a commercial within my radio show that talks about the Max Pulse system and what that offers you. But you can visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com, ConsciousSelf care.com, and learn more about how you can take advantage of having a Max Pulse test done to see what's happening with the autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic and sympathetic, what state you're in, and the variables that are having an effect on your cells. So take a deep breath with me as I calm my state down, because I'm just really all over the place. I told you they was coming for our babies, and they're coming fast and hard for our babies, and they're using this school year to just what they wanted to do, to be able to vaccinate. Another vaccination. Do you know how many vaccinations our children get before they even come out of the womb? And when they come out of the womb, how they want to soon give you, your babies, more vaccinations. And they tell you that it's helping, but we all know the data and the history, it hasn't helped. I think it's almost up to maybe, am I exaggerating when I say 50 or 70 vaccinations that kids get in a certain kind of way throughout their life, young life, and what's going on, and how we now have the whole field of children, all issues that adults have come to children. And where is that from? Oh, and what are they getting ready to do right now in the name of education, school? Your child must go to school. We understand that our children do not have to learn just in the classroom. They can learn at home. There's all kinds of ways for education to be brought into a child's life. Because when you put your child in a school, I'm telling you, they take control over your child's health. They don't have to tell you what they're doing, how they're doing it, when they did it. You know, you think you're being informed. But it's just like once you put yourself in a doctor's care and they say they're supporting you the way you want to be supported, that don't mean it's true, and that don't mean they're doing it. They're doing what they're told to do. They're doing what they're supposed to do in that field now. But thank God for the doctors that are speaking up, that are the educators, the researchers, all of them that knows what's been going on, what is going on, and what will continue, can only change really on an individual level when you take control of your own health and your own life. So sit back, relax. We're going to listen to some music and a couple of clips that's going to talk about certain things that will help you make better choices for yourself. But just know, I'm here with the Friendship Train. It's a Harriet Tubman's ride, though. You want to sit back and you want to tune into yourself. So visit my site again, ConsciousSelfCare.com, and my energetic site, Energy for Life. Energy, the number 4, life.com/P/Karen Davis Folks, FOULKS. Take the time, process the information, see how it supports you. If you want to have a conversation with me, we can. I'm not here to convince you. I'm here to support your self-education of self in the field around healthcare and personal healthcare. So, you know, I just talked about the stroke that I had and what's going on. The brain, I'm telling you, brain life. Consider your brain the master that orchestrates everything else going on in the body. It is a soft, spongy organ that is literally floating in water, salty fluid enclosed by layers of membranes. This fluid is the cerebellar spinal fluid, CSF, whose job is to support, cushion, and nourish the brain. The body constantly loses water through sweating, urinating, energetically functioning as it should. It also consistently replenishes the water by eating and drinking. When the amount of water in and around the brain is reduced, your brain is dehydrated. It was recently observed that dehydration causes shrinkage of the brain tissue. This means that with dehydration, there is less brain and more space in your head. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about how much water are you drinking, family, truly, every day. You know, some people get on the bandwagon of drinking water and they're doing a gallon a day and then they stop and then they slow down. Then they eat all this denatured food. Like they said, there's water in food, but you gotta give it to yourself. You gotta apply it to yourself. A lot of time what goes on is dehydration. And that means the cells, they're not plumped up. They're not like grapes. They're more like raisins, shrunk. And we need to be pumped up like we do on the Friendship Train. You know what I'm saying? Interestingly, research shows when you lose more water than you intake, the normal water contained in the body is reduced, and this upsets the delicate balance of various minerals such as salts and sugar in the body. This is all natural, not man-made products, salt and sugar. You got to understand the difference and know what we're talking about. This is dehydration, and it is bad news because this balance is essential for the body to function properly. Take a deep breath. Brain activity and brain health and stress. What are you putting yourself through right now? What changes are you carrying your human body, your states of consciousness through right now? We just did 8/8/2021, the Lions tailgate. Come on, people, what you put out during a time, what did you bringing back to yourself? Take a deep breath and think about it, and know that in nature, one of the most powerful figures about our body is a tree. The lymphatic system looks like the tree in the body. We have to understand that. Join my group on Facebook, Lymphatic Wellness. Visit my website, learn more information, and contact me. And don't just think about the lymph nodes. Vital, the whole lymphatic system, and it's empowered by your breath. Remember, you took that breath when you came in this world. That connected you, your energetic body with your physical body. It connected you and made you one within yourself and one to nature. Trees, even a young child knows what a tree is. However, there is surprisingly no universal recognized precise definition of what a tree is, either botanically or in common language. It is broadest sense. A tree is any plant with a general form of an elongated stem or trunk. For wildlife and our own lives, trees provide shelter, a home, and food. Trees also have the ability to capture the carbon dioxide that we release into the world. But how are we doing it with that mask on? Where is that carbon dioxide going now? And better than any current man-made technology, and of course, they produce oxygen, the trees. That formula, oxygen pumps electricity equals power. Stop letting them stagnate your breath, your life, the connection between you and nature and the energetic realms of life and your health. We must breathe. Our children must breathe in and out, and not through a mask. Trees is one of the most positive actions we can do is planting a tree, hugging a tree, loving a tree. A mature leaf tree produces as much oxygen in a season as 10 people inhale in a year. A 100-foot tree, 18 inches diameter at its base, produces 6,000 pounds of oxygen. On average, one tree produces nearly 260 pounds of oxygen each year. We are nature. We are nature. We are nature. We are one with nature. Did you know the lymphatic system is the wellness and healing system of the human body, not the immune system? Not putting the immune system down. It is the lymphatic system that takes care of all systems and this human body. There is emerging science once again on the lymphatic system that can help to dramatically improve your health because they shut the lymphatic system down, and now it's coming back around. More people are beginning to talk about it, but we must thank the International Academy of Lymphology and Dr. Samuel C. West, because he put the truth out many years ago. The lymphatic system helps to maintain every system in the body and brain to help detoxification of damaged cellular wastes. You know, they just started talking about that the lymphatic system was in the brain when the lymphatic system is all throughout the body. They want to say they just realized it's about 5, 8, 10 years ago about the brain having its own lymphatic system. It's all connected. It's one system. You know, and we have to realize that. That's what time does. Always correct the hidden lies of man come to life in time. I have helped Health education for longevity and peace. Information. Many individuals learn more about their lymphatic system to have better mental and physical health. The same way that I recovered from the stroke in a record time is because I understand the science of lymphology, the power within my own self, my own states of consciousness, and how I think and feel, regardless of what I know about anything else. It's that state of consciousness that has sustained me and moved me forward. The lymphatic system. The lymphatic system, the lymphatic system. We must understand about the lymphatic system and the power of the breath and how we remove that excess fluid and excess soda and drain in that pond. Got to understand that. Inflammation leads to lingering health issues, all kinds of concerns, mainly dealing with anxiety, depression, brain fog, and chronic fatigue, and all what's going on is the excess fluid and excess soda, and they're putting everybody in a state, including our babies. And we must wake up, and we must make the change, and we must understand, so we won't go through this anymore. That's why I help to directly improve lymph flow, to improve the detoxification of cellular waste, to improve how you feel and how your cells are performing. Health education for longevity and peace is what you get aboard the Friendship Train every Wellness Wednesday. Time to tune into yourself, and I always get so excited whenever I say I want to play music to support people. But join the group, give me a call to step up out of the dark ages of disease care and become your own wellness doctors. Please, family, it's time. It really is time right now. The truth, you know the truth for yourself. Tell the truth about what you are feeling. Tell the truth about what you are thinking. Tell the truth about what you are doing and why you are doing it. It is only when you tell the truth to yourself about yourself that you can get the help that you need to bring yourself into alignment with the true purpose of life and living and why you are here. That help is HELP. Health education for longevity and peace is what you seek, and it's what you know. The reason we keep suffering is because of our lack of knowledge of self from the high frequencies of understanding. Because that's why you must remember, science giveth and science take away. What is the truth? When there are so many variables to consider with viruses right now. You got to know yourself, and you got to truly understand. How do you fight against something worldwide? Just like I told you last week, you don't fight. You live with divine intelligence because you are divine intelligent. If that means you are blocked from traveling, doing the things you love, then so be it. Maybe it's time to sit back and tune into yourself and build up your body even stronger. Help yourself correct things naturally. Get away from the pharmaceutical schedule for exploratory surgeries and things like that. Trust that inner wealth. There is an end to this, and it is coming soon. I'm telling you, as soon as they can put that needle in the little arms of our children, and they're getting there now. They are demanding that the CDC waive and get this thing from a trial state to saying that it's effective, that the COVID stuff is real and the vaccines they have is real, so they can put that on the list. That now that they can give your babies from birth on up to 12 without your permission, and you didn't even know anything about it when you delivered a child. But 12 and up now in schools, they can do whatever they want to do without the parents really knowing about it, unless you put some kind of waiver into effect. Come on, people, it's time to, come on, people, it's time to, come on, people, it's time to sit back and relax. Take a moment to tune into yourself, not get frustrated, and think about it. Think about it. Think about it, think about it, think about it. When they get to this where they want to be, nobody will have a mask because no one will be asked to wear a mask. It's all out of the government's hands now. You know, they're telling these corporations and companies, making it mandatory to get your job, in order to work, you got to have a vaccination, and they don't care about what you say. Some companies are fining their employees now, charging their employees. If not, then you just got to keep getting your nose swapped 2 and 3 times a week. It's crazy. You know, sit back. We got the power. The people of the world has the power against federal government, private companies, local government. You have the power to shut them down, to not be forced to have vaccinations. And don't support a business to say, you got to show me a vaccination card. What's wrong with just wearing the mask, taking it off when you eat? You got to show proof that you've done something? No. Don't go. They'll quickly change their tune, or they'll be shutting their doors. Come on and watch it. I'm telling you, family, community, and faith. I feel for you and the insane choices that we all have to make a living. We all do. I do too. I may be on Social Security. It doesn't carry you a long way when you're trying to do certain things. But nevertheless, we can come together, humanity as a whole, and make life better for every individual. Learning to exist with gratitude is what I have learned. Learning to exist with self-love. Learning to exist with confidence in knowing thyself and understanding my states of consciousness. No matter what takes place is a key, and you have that key. You have that key to turn and unlock any information that you have locked that makes you depend on somebody else or what somebody else says, and how people will badger you to say that something. It's like, I'm going to stop and let the music play because I know I'm well over my time limit for talking. But I was in the store the other day, and a lady walked up to me and she said, "You're wearing your mask wrong, sweetheart." I said, "I know, I got it on." She looked at me and she said, "What?" She said, "It's supposed to be covering your nose." So I said, "Evidently, I believe you in the health field because that's why you said something to me. And if you are, the basic information that you learn is about breathing. Now, with that mask on and you covered your nose and your mouth, where's that carbon dioxide going?" The lady's eyes got big. See, we don't get time to think. We just want to follow protocol and what they say and live in their fearful state. I have to wear this mask in the store, but I'm not covering up my nose and my mouth. I'll cover up my mouth. My nose is open so I can properly breathe by doing the breath technician for the nose, in and out through the nose. And she looked at me and she thought about it. She was a much older lady, and maybe not older than me. I mean, we might have been around the same age, or she could have been a little bit maybe younger than I was. But it's just her statue that made me give her some form of respect, but not to take my power away from me, saying that I was wearing something wrong. No, I'm wearing it right because I must breathe in oxygen and I must breathe out carbon dioxide, not bring it back into my body. So people, take time to think about what you're doing. You're Bud, the Friendship Train, and I'm Karen Khadijah Davis, folks. Host of the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show, sharing with you with pure truth and understanding. You'll hear my commercials about the bioenergetic wellness system. I love what Nest is doing, what Nest Health has created. It's one of the best systems out there to support you. Practically the only one out there that reads the human body feel the way it does. It's not based on what's wrong. It's based on measuring what's right and how everything should be working fine and how you are surviving in relationship to that. So again, visit my websites, give me a call, learn more about the free scan that you can get, learn about infoceuticals, which are informational medicine. It's information to help your body process right. Because again, we must realize and we must understand the language of cells is through cellular information, cellular communication, the vibrations that's being sent out, and how well the cells receive that vibration. And is your cells drowning in a state of water? And how you can remove that water, that excess fluid, that excess sodium, you know. And family, community, and friends, I can't implore you enough. This is a time to drink more water, to drink more water, to drink more water, to drink more purified water, to drink more water, to drink more water, to find yourself defecating, releasing, removing all the stuff out of your body. It has to leave through sweat. It has to leave through urination. It has to leave through defecation. And we need to be doing more of that. And Lord knows, are you monitoring your children? Are you checking on your children? How much water are they drinking? Are your children going to the bathroom enough within a day? We got to take time and realize that. And it doesn't hurt to sit back and just take a break from eating heavy foods every day, all day long. Choose some days and just do some fruits and vegetables. Raw if you can, you know, lightly steamed, lightly cooked, lightly baked, you know, lightly. Don't do a lot of heavy meats all the time. Break it up. Smaller portions is better than a big old gigantic 6-foot steak. Sit back, relax, listen to the music. We should have about, I guess maybe 20 minutes of music. I don't know what I'm going to play, but I'm going to play some music with one clip that I want you to listen to about doctors talking to a school district, giving them information to not make things so mandatory based on what they believe is the truth of what the CDC is saying, and all the other doctors is along with that line of thinking and communication. We are one. We are here together to support one another, to help one another, to be kind to one another, to be loving to one another. If you're out there bringing any excess trouble to anybody, any unnecessary problems or concerns, if you are baiting someone, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. It is not the time right now for you to be engaged like that. It's the time for us to come together as citizens of the world. We are citizens of the world. Let love be our religion. Sit back and think about it, family. Don't beat up on anybody for their decisions that they are making, no matter what. Just in love like I'm doing. 'Cause I'm in love with myself. You heard that song. The more I know me, the more I love me. And you got to love yourself in order to honor yourself, to send out good vibrations and feel those good vibrations within yourself. I'm still in a hectic environment where I'm living at, but I'm balancing it all out, and I'm not allowing it to make me do something crazy, which I really do want to jump up and just run away. But I won't. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to balance things out, and I'm going to bring some harmony and peace. And so can you. Thank you for tuning in to the Conscious Self-Healthcare Conversation Radio Show this week. Remember, visit my YouTube channel, K Davis F. YouTube.com/K Davis F. Listen to some of the shows to help you relax and tune more into yourself. And family, take those deep breaths all the time. And don't forget, drink that water. A lot of times, water elimination goes a long way along with that deep breath. Peace and love, family. Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnosis are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain, not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.celllife.com. Do you feel lost? Do you feel out of sync? Could it be that you are experiencing electromagnetic sensitivity? Yes, electromagnetic sensitivity. Could man-made frequencies interfere with cellular activity and melatonin production? We are beings of frequency, light, and information, and you are your own experience. Do not conform any longer to the patterns of man-made mindset of human consciousness. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Schedule your Nest Provision Human Body Field Scan with Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit the website forcelllife.com, the number 4CELLLIFE.com. Have the courage to expand your horizon and reprogram your cellular activities. Call Dr. K for your 15-minute wellness consultation, 202-248-7749. Is it time for a new approach to your health care? Are you ready to leave the dark ages of disease care management and pharmaceuticals? If your answer is yes, get ready to relearn, rethink, and rewrite your personal health care prescription plan with Dr. K. She is a certified lymphologist and Nest healthcare provider, sharing the new science of information as medicine and cellular ecology. Did you know that the field of epigenetics states that you are more than just your genes, and those genes do not control your biology? Yes, that's correct. Schedule a Skype, phone, or office visit with Dr. K and get on board the friendship train to healthcare freedom. 202-248-7749. That's 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, forcelllife.com. The number 4, the word cell, CELLLIFE.com. Hey, we gotta help one another.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away
guilty as charged. Dr. Dan Stock, 5777 West 700 North, McCordsville, Indiana. To address your comment about, gee, it's hard to believe we're 18 months into this and still having a problem, and I would suggest the reason we still have a problem is because we're doing things that are not useful, and we're getting our sources of information from the Indiana State Board of Health and the CDC, who actually don't bother to read science before they do this. I'm actually a functional family medicine physician. That means I am specially trained in immunology and inflammation regulation, and everything being recommended by the CDC and the State Board of Health is actually contrary to all the rules of science. So things you should know about coronavirus and all other respiratory viruses: they are spread by aerosol particles, which are small enough to go through every mask. By the way, the literature that supports all of that is in a flash drive that we presented to you. It's been given to the Secretary. As a matter of fact, it quotes at least 3 studies sponsored by the NIH to that exact fact, even though the CDC and the NIH have chosen to ignore the very science that they paid to have done. That is why you keep struggling with this, is because you cannot make these viruses go away. The natural history of all respiratory viruses is that they circulate all year long, waiting for the immune system to get sick through the winter or become deranged, as has happened recently with these vaccines, and then they cause symptomatic disease. Because they cannot be filtered out, and they have animal reservoirs, and this is a very important point, no one can make this virus go away. The CDC has managed to convince everybody that we can handle this like we did smallpox, where we could make a virus go away. Smallpox had no animal reservoirs. The only thing it learned to infect was humans. That's why we were able to make that virus go away. That will not happen with this any more than it will with influenza, the common cold, respiratory syncytial virus, adenoviral respiratory syndromes, or anything else that has animal reservoirs. So the reason you can't do this is because you're trying to do something which has already been tried and can't be done. Equally important is that vaccination changes none of this, especially with this vaccine. And I would hope this board would start asking itself, before it considers taking the advice of the CDC, the NIH, and the State Board of Health, why we are doing things about this that we didn't do for the common cold, influenza, or respiratory syncytial virus. And then ask yourself, why is a vaccine that is supposedly so effective having a breakout in the middle of the summer when respiratory viral syndromes don't do that? And to help you understand that, you need to know the condition that is called antibody-mediated viral enhancement. That is a condition done when vaccines work wrong, as they did in every coronavirus study done in animals on coronaviruses after the SARS outbreak, and done in respiratory syncytial virus, where a vaccine used in a vulnerable individual, done the wrong way, which cannot be done right for a respiratory virus which has a very low pathogenicity rate, causes the immune system to actually fight the virus wrong and let the virus become worse than it would with native infection. And that is why you are seeing an outbreak right now. In fact, in that flash drive you're going to have coming to you and in the emails with 6 Extra will be a study showing that 75% of people who had COVID-19 positive symptom cases in Barnstable, Massachusetts outbreak were fully vaccinated. Therefore, there is no reason for treating any person vaccinated any differently than any person unvaccinated. You should also know that no vaccine, even the ones I support and would give to myself and my children, ever stops infection. In 2014, there was outbreak of mumps in the National Hockey League. The only people who came down the symptoms were the people who were unvaccinated or unknown vaccine status. Boy, that sounds like a great argument for vaccines. But a question that you should ask yourself, knowing that half of the people who came down with symptomatic disease had no contact with an unvaccinated or unknown vaccine status individual, where did they get the disease? And the answer was from the vaccinated individuals. No vaccine prevents you from getting infection. You get infected, you shed pathogen. This is especially true of viral respiratory pathogens. You just don't get symptomatic from it. So you cannot stop spread. You cannot make these numbers that you've planned on get better by doing any of the things you're doing, because that is the nature of viral respiratory pathogens. And you can't prevent it with a vaccine because they don't do the very thing you're wanting them to do. And you will be chasing this the remainder of your life until you recognize that the Center for Disease Control and the Indiana State Board of Health are giving you very bad scientific guidance. And instead, read the articles that are going to come on the email and are on this flash drive, and listen to the people in this audience here tonight who actually have recognized the advice they are getting from the CDC and the NIH is counterfactual. And that's why you're still fighting this with this vaccine that supposedly was going to make all of this go away, but has suddenly managed to make an outbreak of COVID-19 develop in the middle of the summer when vitamin D levels are at their highest. By the way, the other thing that would be necessary, any vaccine restriction to be considered, is if there were no other treatment available. And I can tell you, having treated over 15 COVID-19 patients, that between active loading with vitamin D, ivermectin, and zinc, that there is not a single person who has come anywhere near the hospital. And we already have studies that show that if you achieve a 25-hydroxy vitamin D level greater than 55, your risk of COVID-19 death will drop down to 1/4 of the population average for the United States. And there are active treatment trials included on that flash drive that show the same is true. So if you were going to discriminate based upon vaccine, you should also discriminate based upon 25-hydroxy vitamin D level, zinc taste test response, and probably previous infection, since there are also studies on that flash drive that show that people who have recovered from COVID-19 infection actually get no benefit from vaccination at all, no reduction in symptoms, no reduction in hospitalization, and suffer 2 to 4 times the rate of side effects if they are subsequently vaccinated. Therefore, the policies that you are basing on are totally counterfactual. I don't blame this board for that, because I know you aren't scientists and you've thought it was reasonable to listen to the CDC, NIH, and the Indiana State Board of Health. But I would encourage that instead you listen to the people out here in this audience and read what's on that data drive. And if anybody here in this board has any questions about anything on that, I will happily come back and sit with you individually if you would like to explain the science behind this. And if you're worried about being sued by somebody because you don't follow the guidance of the CDC and the NIH, I will tell you have a free pro bono expert testimony at your disposal. I will testify in defense of this board, turning down all these recommendations for free at any time in any court. Thank you.
Greetings, everyone. Are you still taking care of your human body field cellular malfunctions from an outdated healthcare system? Why not shift out of chronic disease care, stress, pharmaceuticals, vaccines, and surgeries, and step up to energetics, epigenetics, and quantum health and healing with me? Step up and take control of your health journey. I offer you one free human body field voice scan from your computer or phone. Instant access to your scan results and more free quantum health information. For more details, visit ConsciousSelfCare.com. ConsciousSelf care.com. Or call Karen Khadijah Davis Folks, 202-248-7749. Yes, it's time to be your own wellness doctor.
Wake up. Yeah. Won't you tell me now? Won't you tell me now?
Wow, family, that was a great show. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in to the Conscious Self Healthcare Conversation Radio Show right here on NLI Radio. It was a pleasure having you tuning in. Now, you must tell a friend to tune in. And if you haven't called in and shared your wellness story, don't you think it's time that you help somebody with your wellness story? Call in, share your story, join the conversation. I'm Karen Khadijah Davis Folks, and I invite you to visit my website, ConsciousSelfCare.com. Or you can just go to the number 4, the word CELLLIFE.com. Leave me some information. I would love to talk with you. And once again, I look forward to you joining us next Wednesday right here on the Conscious Self Healthcare Radio Show. It's a conversation where we uplift each other, where we share our wellness stories so we can help someone move from disease care to conscious self-health care. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to hearing from you next